now on to Taro, one of my personal favorite bosses. Um, just because he's really simple and we can avoid a lot of armor, and he's honestly one of the ones that drops the quickest. So, as we can see here, Taro has vastly different numbers compared to Takedar and Lojak. Taro has a lot of body HP, 260 million. And his armor HP is really, really low, so he's only got 115, 116 million. But the thing is with Taro, we only attack the head, the torso, and the left leg. So we're seeing head, 26.7. Torso, 35.6. So right there, we're already at, what is that, 62 million? 63 million if we're rounding. And then one leg, which we'll divide that by 2 and round up 14. And so we're looking at, what, like 70 million armor? So we're already 40 million under the value, and that's enough to kill him. So we're saving 40 million points of damage right there. And the body, we have a lot of wiggle room. So head, 64 million. Torso, 89 million. Alright? So that's already getting really close to what we need to kill him. The legs, that's just the icing on the cake. 53 million. So divide that by 2, looking at 26 point whatever million, 26.7. And so doing just these 3, head, torso, and left leg, will be enough to knock Taro out completely. Personally for Taro, what I like to do is I like to go for a head attack. And so using my head deck here, I like to go for a torso attack. And so I'll use this right here. It's kind of my bread and butter torso. I didn't mention this in the previous videos, but if your fairy totem isn't that high, just use Soulfire. Soulfire is also a really good, really consistent torso, just in the same way that like Crushing Instinct is good for the head, and Grasping Vines is good for limbs. Try and use your body part specific ones on your really heavy hitting decks, because they're always going to have bigger bonuses than your general ones. So although these are level 16, like 56% versus, what does that say, 64.9, even if I was to level up Inspiring Force to 17, it's still 4% lower. And by the time it's all said and done and I'm at 3 stacks, it'll be, 12% lower. So definitely use your body part specific ones, and use Fairy Totem on the one that's going to really be your heavy hitter. So getting back to it, this is typically my torso deck. This one, because of the way Taro is, I will use this one, of course, swapping out for armor or body when needed. I'll use this deck on either the head or the torso, depending on which one looks like it needs to be damaged more. I'll go back for a hot sec. Again, looking at Taro's HP, 89 million torso HP, 64 million head HP. His legs, because we're only attacking one leg, have 27 mil. So that's 3 times less than the torso, and about a little over 2 times less than the head. Which means that we'll want to double up on head and torso attacks. Which is why I end up using this deck here for either the head or the torso. It's another one of my really heavy hitting decks. And that way I can put additional punishment on areas where it's needed. And lastly, for limb deck, it's just my bread and butter limb deck, swapping out Inspiring Force for Prismatic Rift whenever I need. Yeah, it's Taro's honestly one of the easier ones. And his Affliction this time, all minus 20% all head damage, gets cancelled out by the plus 20% all raid damage, so it'll just be a normal fight for him. But that's Taro. The next video I'm going to start talking about, it'll be a longer one, but it'll be discussing the Titans that we haven't run into yet. And so I'll discuss strategies for them, and kind of like, I guess, maybe best practices to go about it.